Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the atmosphere character of our world around us, and today we will try to answer one question that many people ask themselves and they ask others. Why do Germany need so many immigrants, especially the low qualified and even wild ones? Answer is simple, surprisingly, in contrast to all of this leftist propaganda which we are served every day from mainstream media, like uh, newcomers welcome, blah blah blah, other stuff. The answer is much more obvious, because what is Germany? Germany is a state that is heavily industrialized for many years, for actually almost two centuries. And their industry, despite the fact it's not the largest country in the world, in many areas is the second in the world in terms of its size and production, directly after American or after Chinese one. Like German chemical industry is powerful, with many grim traditions, of course, IG Farben, we all remember, and we should also remember that the fashion houses like Hugo Boss started as a small tailor who knew some uh, officials from National Socialistic Party and started, and later they got contracts and started sewing, preparing uniforms for Wehrmacht and SS and so on. This is how you become big. So we see that Germany is the country with great industry. So of course these industrial owners have a lot of influence on politics. And currently Germany since 1970s have problems with the demography, because society doesn't reproduce well for the last more than 50 years. So this state of affairs, this situation causes huge problems for the economy and for the industry. Lack of labor force. Yeah, we know machines are taking over more and more tedious job that was previously done by people. We know it. But even to take care of these machines, one needs people, and we will never eliminate human factor from the production. That's why German industry pushes into the direction of massive immigration to Germany. Since the end of 1960s, beginning of 70s, there was a first influx of mainly Turkish people and also Italians to Germany. Later 1990s, people from former Yugoslavia, plus previous directions, many Polish people later, and people from all over the world. But since 2015, famous Herzliche Willkommen by former Chancellor Angela M. Many people saw as madhouse, because it was madhouse, taking people as refugees who were not coming from the closest country which is waging the war, but from the countries far away from Germany, and they were taken in huge numbers. Why? The answer is simple: lack of labor force, especially the labor force for the simplest jobs. There is no one to do in such countries like Germany, or almost no one to do. Of course, many of these people will not work. They will hang on the social welfare, but big business doesn't care. We should remember that it is exactly like with British East Indian Company or Dutch East Indian Company. As long as there is a profit, big enterprises, big companies want to suck the profits on their own. But when problems come, like Sipai rebellion in India, and their life and interest were under the threat, then big business, East Indian Company, British one, called government to suppress the Sipai rebellion and administer India. It happened. The same was in 2008 in a big bank crisis, financial crisis. As long as banks were blowing hot air and producing empty actions, they didn't want state government to be involved. But once severe problems happened, suddenly they were asking state budgets to bail them out. This is how the big capital works when the government is weak. And in democracies, government is weak. Yeah, it's even worse than in the case of British East India Company, because at least government conquered India and benefit from it, despite many costs it had to pay for keeping India under its administration. Nowadays, big business only sucks money from the state when problems come. And the same thing is with the German industry. These industrial owners and managers who rule the companies, because nowadays, as I'm always mentioning, there is, since recent decades, a huge separation between industrial owners who do not care about their companies, they care only about profits. They employ managers for short term to maximize the profits, and later they don't care. That is why this business behaves in a very irresponsible way and in a very greedy way that it's destructive. Therefore, these industrial owners and, in fact, managers who are ruling this company are pressing governments to import more and more people for the jobs they need. And they don't care that it's too much for a short time, that these people don't assimilate, a lot of them do not work, so take more, take the ones who will work, and so on. That is why, because German industry wants to function, German industry doesn't want to adapt, and German industry people want to have profits at any cost. They do not think about the future. They think only about money here and now. That is why this crazy immigration politics started. Yeah, they were also present before, but on a massive scale, this harmful phenomena for everybody started since 2015 from symbolic Angela Merkel's Herzlich Willkommen. We see that greed is not a good advisor. It always leads us to the destruction, and we should remember that National Socialists were also closely associated with industrial owners. Of course, later they dominated industrial owners, and owner of the company and managers were only nominal, and state was in Nazi Germany buying and also giving dispositions how much should be produced, and everything what was produced state purchased. So as Ludwig von Mises once said, that National Socialists did impossible. They eliminated the concept of profit from the economy. Why was it working? It was working as long as Germany was grabbing the world around. And so this is the way when greed and politics go together and lose connection with the reality. Now we see that again German industrial owners, managers of big companies, and politicians are losing the connection with reality. And if we don't stop them, new disaster is coming. Greed and silly politics never end up well. And this is why this great immigration started. Because German industry is hungry for workers and wants to have profits more and more, doesn't care about the consequences, because managers want to gain as much money as they can during their short term. Later they hope to escape somewhere, and owners of the companies want to have peace and big profits, and politicians want to have money for the electoral campaign. And this is this mad circle that needs to be broken to save the world from another upcoming disaster. All the best, have a nice day, bye.